All right, here's what's about to happen. In exactly 1 minute and 34 seconds, I'm going into a Zoom call with Call of Duty developers to talk about Season 5. I can't record that part because they asked me not to. If you think I'm kidding, here you go. There's some proof. After that, we will immediately jump into a game of Warzone, and I will tell you everything they told me in that call. I guess I should probably join, huh? Okay, yeah, we have a lot to go over. Let's hop into Warzone solos and get after all of it. All right, so yes, there was a lot discussed on the call. How it usually goes is they go multiplayer, new guns, new maps, zombies, and then Warzone, and there was a lot of stuff in all of them. I have made a specific loadout for this game too that should kind of give you a tease about something new that's coming. Let's see if you guys can pick up on that, but let's just get right into it. The calls themselves usually last about an hour. There's like 15 minutes left for Q&A at the end, and there were some good questions asked. Again, I will put this video out as soon as the embargo is lifted. Usually they try to have it coincide with patch notes, so it'll be interesting to see what they told us versus how things go out in the patch notes. And we're gonna get into all the patch notes and all the details tomorrow when the new season goes live. So if you're not subscribed and you care about that at all, you can do that now or turn on the bell so that you get notices. Also, for the record, I'm gonna try my best to win this game, but my goal is actually just to give you the information that I just received in as clear and concise manner as I have. Whoa. As I say clear and concise, I stutter. But there's a lot of people going to Superstore, like a lot more than I'm used to seeing in a solos game. Anyway, let's get after it. So they first started with a lot of narrative stuff. Like, I don't know, everything's always tied to some overarching narrative. I don't really put too much stock into that, but like I know a lot of people do, so good for them. Someone's right there. There they go. Oh, hello. You gonna go loot them? You gonna loot them? I'm rushing. Didn't rush quick enough. You were rushing to die, weren't you? Remember, guys, no rushing. Yeah, we got through all the narrative stuff, and then they're like, all right, so we're gonna have some new multiplayer maps coming to the game, and I suppose that's cool. There was, what is it, WMD? I have my notes up here if you see me looking. It's not on my hacks. WMD is coming back in like a big reskin, and then we are also getting a couple new maps. You'll see me likely play those tomorrow because there's going to be new guns, and we have to level them up. By the way, this is just regular BR solos, not BR solo casual. I waited like 10 minutes to get into this game. So the new weapons that are coming, I'm gonna just read them off my screen here so I don't forget. Oh, where are you going? Not to the gulag, because I can't hit a bullet. New weapons are the Gravemark 357. That's going to be a pistol. Unclear if that one's actually gonna like be good or broken or whatever, but this guy just full sent me over here in this car. Come around. I know you're right here. Did I just get pre-fired by this guy? We already find our first waller.
Shot's good.
Yeah, we did. I should probably talk back. Looks like they've already gotten 3 people. We're eventually probably gonna get killed by them again, and once we spectate, we can then report them. So this just turned into a twofer. Let's get back to the new guns.
Success means redeployment.
There is a new LMG coming called the PML 556, and it was said later in the call during the Warzone portion that oh no, we have people who know me in this game, is probably gonna have the highest time to kill of an LMG. Sorry, I'm trying to win this gulag while also talking to you. How many bullets is this guy gonna take to kill? Oh my god, they had infinite HP! The issue with the LMG is that it does have a high recoil, so if you can handle that, if you can ride that bucking Bronco, sure. Now, we have a choice to make here, guys. I can either give you the new gun, or I can make it a whole thing where I draw it out until I get my loadout, but realistically, that person's gonna kill me. So I think I'm just gonna try to find them, we'll get a show, and then we can go over some more stuff. The new AR is basically the AUG. The name they gave it was the ABRA1, and it is a burst fire primarily, but there is also a conversion kit, or attachment, excuse me, not a conversion kit, that turns it into a fully automatic AR, and that changes the damage profile considerably. And there's a lot of different buffs, nerfs, tunings to the Warzone weapons, which we're gonna go over, but let's see if I can find this hacker. I bet they're going after that person who, yeah, is doing the recon. Honestly, we don't usually have to hunt the hackers. They just try to find us, you know? Should I wait here for them to find me? Or should we go around looking for them? Here's a red dot over this way. I think that's them? It probably is. Maybe they just got a double kill. They're right over in here, I believe. My calculations are correct, and then we can get back into like all the new stuff, because there's some zombie news, but there is a lot of big Warzone news. Something just exploded here. And I think the Warzone news is actually gonna be pretty cool. Hey, are you the guy? Are you the guy? Oh no, maybe not. If I get perfectly pre-aimed, it's them. I don't think it is. I think they would have played a little different. Oh, that's them. 100% that's them. Okay, that was not them. That was Vladimir Putin. Sorry, Putin. Nah, actually, I wouldn't apologize for that. The new zombie stuff, it's going to be the 5th and final season of zombies, and I've heard many great things about it. I have not played a lot of zombies on this channel. Maybe I did it in one video. I don't know. But a lot of people in the zombies call were really excited about some of the stuff that's coming, so I hope that is... Hope that's good news. No. Am I gonna get reported for hacking? Speaking of snipers, here's a Warzone sniper thing that's gonna be changing. The HDR is getting, it's gonna get nerfed again, slightly. The damage, or the bullet velocity is getting decreased, and the aim down sight speed is getting increased. They said slightly. I don't know. He asked like, hey, have you thought about changing around some of the other snipers to make them better? And they're like, we haven't ruled that out. All right, where's our cheater? I have enough for a UAV. I'm gonna go buy it and see if I can find him because there's no way they're running Ghost. As I pop it, there's a couple other new... Anybody on it? One guy all the way over here. There's a couple other new attachments that are gonna be coming. One is definitely for the PPSH, which will dub... That phone call made it sound like it was coming from, I don't know, inside my office, and I panicked for a brief moment. Let me at least answer it. I don't want to be rude. Hello? I don't speak Russian. We already talked about that earlier. But they talked about some of the guns that are really not getting love, and the PPSH was on there. So was the Tonto, the AEK, and the AS Val. And they're gonna make these guns a little bit better by leaning into a headshot multiplier. They're kind of try to do it more so with close range guns than long range things, but I don't know. I'm curious how that works. There was a question asked. It was like, well, what if someone flinches into a headshot? I mean, that's a great question. There's someone up top here. They're ghosted. Let's party. I heard an HDR. Okay, well, they were ready for me, weren't they? Del Conte. It's really unlucky, but now I can talk to you more. Let's see where Zone's gonna go, because this will also bring me to another point. Stadium. There's gonna be a lot happening at Stadium. This guy has an absolute eagle eye, I must say. Del Conte, 4 kills. There's only 55 players remaining. It's almost like there's someone running around with aimbot and wall hacks in this game. Isn't that crazy that the lobby's dying? Before we get into all the crazy stuff happening at Stadium, there was a couple other small quality of life things, which I am a big believer that you can never do enough of. So on the game modes where you can loot perks, this guy is just like really shooting Hail Marys over here and connecting on a few. That's nuts. The game modes where you can loot perks, instead of looking down into your inventory and doing all of that to figure out what perks you already have, they're just going to display on screen, which is good. Yay. Good job. Good quality of life changes. And now they hear someone running around beneath them. Are they going to do the same exact thing I did? No, they're not going to take the zip line. This man's just up here beaming with their jungle growl. Hey, I did a video on this. It's a good blueprint in case you were curious. So yes, there will be some balance changes. The LC-10 is getting a bit of a nerf, but they wanted to emphasize that it's not going to be, it's a random precision coming in. It's not going to be like a death blow. Like they're not going to turn it into something where like all of a sudden it's not usable. This guy's proning and going for it. You're crazy for that. They're wearing a referee skin.
I need a blade.
What is this operator's voice lines? Anyway, yeah, so the LC-10 will still probably be good, but I think that's probably for the best, because it was almost like you had to run the LC-10. If you didn't, you died. Unless you ran the Teddy Rex blueprint, which, again, I did a video on. It really did hype up the new guns that were coming in, and that's not always the case on these calls, so I'm curious to see just how good the AUG is. Is this guy going to take your hiding spot? Yeah, that's someone's head right there. No way. No way you get this. I would just mount. I'm really invested in this snipe, and then we're going to get to all the crazy things happening at Stadium, because there are a lot. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh, cool, Stadium's gonna open up. What's that all about? Speaking of which, what was that smoke all about? Not really working super well. There you go. What a shot. I don't believe that's the cheater.
I need a blade.
I still think they're in the game though, because there's only 37 players remaining. So Stadium is getting somehow blown up and opened simultaneously, but it won't be like as simple as us spawning into the game and that being the case, because there's a whole new contract and multiple Easter eggs surrounding Stadium. So first off, I need to read from my notes because this was a little bit complicated, but it sounded really cool. The whole thing behind it is that there's a satellite A satellite basically destroys Stadium because there's a missile in it. You need to get a decryption key from someone, and you get that by starting a quest, a contract. Kill someone, you get the decryption key, and then the other quest begins. This is all generally happening around the mid-game because the things that you need to do in order to get this contract take up the first few minutes of the game, so by the time the thing's active, it's mid-game. If you hit this shot, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be impressed. Do it. Do it. I mean, technically they're hitting him, right?
I need a blade.
No. But the interesting thing about this is that there is like a cooperative element to the contract. So you can finish it up, right? Like you can get this whole contract done, but then someone else has to do it too. You can either help them do it, you can stop them from doing it, because I think there are rewards for all of these different things. And speaking of rewards, there's a new blueprint involved. It's basically like, it felt a little bit like, oh boy. Felt like a nuke contract and a most wanted. Went out for a nice seafood dinner and then made a baby. There's someone on the other roof over here, and they both have to rotate, so this will be interesting to see how it plays out. So after you go about trying to destroy the satellite, after all of these things coincide, you are then just like marked for everyone in the lobby, and you have to hold on for like 90 seconds. After you get a weapons crate, which happens after Stadium is open, blown up, and destroyed. And if you can survive for 90 seconds, then you get the blueprint unlocked forever. And it was said in the call that it's a very good blueprint. You want this blueprint. So that I might be directly quoting. I wrote it down here. Speaking of the Easter eggs in Stadium, that is not actually the Easter egg. There are 3 of them. The first one is the original Executive Suite Easter egg in Stadium with the key cards and decrypting stuff on a computer. You will get a blueprint in that. It's the Enigma blueprint, the same one, but like updated for this game. And then there are 2 other new ones, and they gave us no clues about it. But the quote, and I have another direct quote here because I wrote it down because I thought, wow, this is actually a pretty bold statement to be making. One is probably bigger than anything you've seen in Warzone. It's a blueprint, it's a good one, and you want it. I am very, very curious how that is going to start. And the other thing about that and all these Easter eggs, and I'm not sure if it's a Stadium event or just the Easter eggs themselves, but they are only active for 2 weeks, which I personally like. I wish they did more of that. We're like, hey, if you want to get this, make it hard, number one. Don't have it be a thing where like you can, at the end of it, everyone like can just buy it. I hate that. I hate it. They did it with like the skin at the very beginning when they launched Verdansk. I thought that was great. It was hard. It kept people playing the game, and it was a cool thing that you got. By everyone buying it at the end, it just, ironically, it cheapens it. And also, it's a little bit frustrating for someone who spent, you know, hours of their day, of their life that they will never get back trying to get this thing. They succeeded, and then all of a sudden someone just logs on and says, oh, yeah, I just bought it, so like, whatever. There's a gunfight happening on top of this roof. Take the zip line. Do what I do. Give us a new POV. Only 18 other players remaining. I almost guarantee you this person's still out there because the lobby is dying so quick. Like, it should not be dying as fast as it is. Do it. Do it. Take the zip line. There's also a car entering in the distance. So I'm genuinely curious how this is going to all play out. And speaking of Easter eggs, if that one sounded complicated, the other Easter egg at the POI that they had previously, that's it. That's them. Guaranteed. They had Gulag, but that was them. Yeah, they're watching their kill cam. How are you going to play this one, huh? I mean, it doesn't really matter. The hacker's going to win the game. I'd love to be proven wrong. I just don't think I will be. They played that Gulag beautifully, though. Are they going to try to land on their stuff? There's no way, right? It looks like they're going to, and I don't think this has a very happy ending. Why? Because they're still on the roof, and I just saw you do that. You're going to die in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. Why are they not? 1, 0. They only have 15 kills. You only have 15 kills. You're walling and aimbotting, and you only have 15 kills.
Loading fresh mag.
That's frankly embarrassing. I don't even know what to say about that. But like, you're better than this. A UAV? Why? You're hacking. It doesn't matter. Let's make sure we do this. By the way, this is the same players before. I'd love to see them get ricocheted live. That hasn't happened in a very long time though.
Weaver requesting UAV.
They're calling it a UAV like they don't know where everybody is. Are they going to buy another? Okay, good. I thought they were going to try to buy another one and keep this facade going, and it's like, no, buddy. They did. They bought another UAV. This has to be the worst cheater I've ever seen at hiding their cheats. They're looking around for everybody. They know where everybody is. If you see someone doing this, guys, they're cheating, doing the thing. Hopefully Ricochet gets an update with Season 5 because this is ridiculous. They called in another UAV? Again, what's the point? They bought another one. I hope they're trolling. They gotta be trolling, right? No, they're toggling something. That's what they're doing. Or they're getting banned? No, just toggled something.
Attack up.
Sure.
Launch a UAV.
Might as well call it back in. Are they gonna go right at somebody and try to play it off that they had a UAV up this whole time? Because the UAV is now dead. Nice centering, huh?
Need CAS on my grid.
Uh-oh. Wow, they don't have car hacks, that's for sure. That was about the long and short of it. Again, we're gonna see how it all plays, what breaks with the update tomorrow. So I'll do a video on that. I'll probably play Battlefield on the second channel. I got a beta keycard because I'm a fancy streamer boy. Do not buy another UAV. Thank you for at least being honest about.
Attack up. Get
Look,
a
man.
UAV in the air.
We know you're hacked up. This is ridiculous. That was an RPG. This changes everything. Now they're running around in the wilderness. Oh.
Switching mags.
Maybe it doesn't change that much.
Need CAS on my grid.
There's someone up there.
Only 4 remain. Finish the job.
Top 4 scenario. We need, frankly, a miracle and a hero. I'd take both of those two things. It'll take a hero to work a miracle. They were not our hero. Imagine having walls and aimbot and the most amount of kills you can get is 21. Sorry, 20. I can't even do math. But there's someone right over here. Now what are you doing? Huh? What are you possibly doing? Just shoot them. You know where all of them are. Interesting thing is that they have this HDR hacked out, but like it's not hitting headshots. Okay, just kidding. It hit a headshot. I thought they had tuned their hacks to not have that be the case. Let's see if they get the clean.
You're in the top 3.
They got the clean. 2 players remaining. I guarantee you one person's in the bunker right here, and another person is somewhere that they cannot snipe them yet, because they would be doing so. What really enrages me is that they're trying to like look like a normal player doing these things. And it's so obvious what's going on. They keep looking over at the bunker. Someone's about to come crouch walking out of there and just get domed, which in many other circles would be the sign of a good time. Not in this one. What are you, like they're rotating like they're scared. Randomly going into the gas?
Closing in.
No, man, you have nothing to be afraid of. You will not miss bullets. You will shoot this person perfectly through a rock.
Shock charge. 15 in the mud.
Shock charge actually just went out. Now it's a 1v1 for the win. Shock charge would have changed everything. 1v1 for the win. Are they still down in the bunker? You keep looking over that way.
Got gas moving in.
Oh, it's the person they sniped at earlier who's in the water. It's our last chance for a miracle. Can Poseidon do it? Because they are out in the ocean. There we go. Poseidon has made landfall. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be big.
Subjects out.
I hope. I really hope I'm about to get excited. I don't think I'm going to. There's just like, there's part of me that's hanging on hope that this person's going to choke, that their hacks are going to malfunction, and they're going to get gunned. Turn around and one-shot snipe him to the head. You're not gonna. Okay, they're gonna execute him.
I've put far worse.
Good for
than
them,
you.
huh? So anyway, that's what I got for you. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you will see me playing this great video game tomorrow.